Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, it is that time. It is time for Dut. And a Dut is a Dut, of course, whatever the hell it is. Yep, we're gonna have some fun tonight. It's time to do this. Let me get this crap set up. There we go. Okay, let's unmute voice. We got a couple of our mods in voice with us. We're gonna be pulling people in for this chat. Let's get this started. Got a Mega Boss Lord in chat, a Holy Lifted. If you want to talk tonight, jump into the holding tank. We will not be bringing everybody in at once, but we will bring you in for what you want to say, at least for a little while. I want to try to keep it to where there's no more than 10 people in voice at any given time. Okay? For obvious reasons. We know what happens when I let that get carried away. The rules of Dut are simple. Do not, under any circumstances, talk over each other. Somebody is being rude and inconsiderate to other members in the channel, they will be removed from the channel. Do not overtalk the host. I'm sorry, but if I'm saying something, I'm saying it for a reason. We talk. Other than that, we're here to talk about what's going on. Let's do this. Hello, Drax, KBLA, and Corsarius.
Yo. Hey,
I even got the hat on. I'm serious tonight.
I mean business.
What's up? Master Architect with the biddies.
What's going on, everybody?
Before we get started tonight, I want to talk about something else not Dut related and say thank you to our viewers. For all of you who have been there with me for the past year and gone through all the insanity that's been going on, well, 2 years, who say thank you. There is lights at the end of the tunnel now. The kids' SSI starts at the end of the month. If I don't get the house purchased, we have a rental house lined up. So, things are actually starting to look good. In a positive manner. Now remember, guys, tonight, do not just drag everybody in here. We have to keep this channel under control, okay?
Yeah, you set up to 10, right?
Yeah. So, like I said, just don't let the channel get over psychotic. Hey, we're almost a hype train, damn. But, yeah, for all of you who have been supporting this last year, I gotta make it through one more month, and then everything's going well. We have a situation where our local hospital is talking about buying a bunch of my tree paintings to put in their pediatric ward because they think it'd be relaxing to the children. So it's a lot of wins. So
Yeah, I really hope that goes through, man. That'd be huge for you.
yeah, a lot of positive for once. And who knows? Maybe I'll win this Mega Millions tonight. Then I'm buying everybody Porsches. Okay.
I'm holding you to that legally binding contract.
Spray my outlet for a fiber optic internet cable.
Oh, we got a hype train going already. What's up, people? Okay, so let's get this started. We have a lot to talk about today. I'm going to end up spending most of my life looking at a tree for obvious reasons. The tree that broke the game. And it did. Oh, it did. It broke the game. So, yeah. Ancient Decay with the bits. Thank you, brother. So we got a lot of news. A lot of news. DU is now officially on Steam. And it will be there for live launch. I did ask one question, and I'm waiting on an answer. Maybe they'll address it. A lot of games make you merge your game for your Steam account and your game account on their server. And then some games just make you log in with a separate account once you launch the client. So I did ask how they're going to address that.
They did?
So I think they did. Like once you're on Steam, that's it. It's
Yeah.
through Steam. Period.
Don't link your Steam in the game or anything like that unless you intend to not
Well,
buy it through the game directly, their website directly ever again. Because once you link it, you can't unlink it, and you'll be locked into the Steam buying your sub through the Steam
My question was, is at some point is it going to become a mandatory or forced scenario?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
From
that
the way they said it, I don't think so. I think they're planning on continuing to support their
Both
current
ways.
subscription model.
well, either way, I want a clear answer.
Oh yeah.
Some games will give you like perks or something if you buy through Steam only.
What I'm really hoping they do is do a multi-client launcher, a multi-user launcher, kind of like they did with Eve or something like that.
That would be nice. Yeah. But hey, who knows? We'll wait and see on that. But the other news is, one of the biggest changes that's going to come is, first of all, we're getting purple voxels. We're getting multiple colors of luminescent glass, including purple. So all you purple freaks out there, you're getting a win there. They are changing the solar system in regards to, at first, we're only going to have 5 planets. They're going to be condensing the solar system to where it's not as spread out as they add additional planets. So instead of just a free-for-all, the whole solar system, you're only going to have the 3 core planets and 2 others. And then they're going to add 2 more and then add the rest of them.
Hey, Serp, did they say if they're reworking the entire planet?
Yeah, all the planets are getting graphic updates.
Fantastic.
Spades is going to have water in the canyon. Which kind of makes it tempting to build the city on a canyon. But no. Okay.
Also, the space potatoes are going to actually have territories on them.
Yeah.
now.
The space potatoes around Thades are going to have claimable territories. So, that's a win.
Oh, also there'll be horses on Thades. Horses.
Wait, what?
No.
No.
Don't say stuff like that on the stream. People will believe you.
Listen, we'll all be riding horses.
I
Only
wish,
horses for the
but no,
jackasses.
we'll not be riding horses. I have Conan
Actually,
for
we
that.
we should make a little puddle jumper horse and give them out for free, and then have everybody riding around them on lunch just to fuck with the does.
That would be hilarious. Oh, you could probably get somebody to do that.
He demand that Deckard shave for release.
Okay, so what else we have coming change-wise?
5 planets.
That's what I just said.
For release.
We just said that. Yeah, I just said that. We're going to have 5 planets to start off with, the 3 core planets, 2 additional. Then they're going to add them to 3 more stages, I think, 2 at a time.
One.
And yeah, and
That's the
all
plan.
wipe was the last dude. You're behind on that.
I know.
Oh, box. Let's talk about blueprints. Blueprints got a bunch of nifty stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, blueprints are going to snap now, and also you will have the ability to replace honeycomb as you are placing the blueprint. So if you have a type of honeycomb that you do not have, you can replace it with something else.
Mm-hmm.
And you will have the ability to optionally disable individual elements. So as you are placing a blueprint, if say it requires a bonsai and you don't have one of those and you don't want to spend the 10 million quanta or whatever to make one, you can just say, nah, don't include that.
That's a win. The biggest thing I'm happy about is the voxel replacement, because as everybody's starting back off, it's going to mean like my ships are really, some of the ships I really don't need to do anything. I'm just going to take the blueprints and swap the voxels out and cut the elements I don't have and replace them with what I got, you know?
Oh, element selection, where you can disable elements also.
Yeah, that's what you just said. Are y'all
Oh, yeah,
not listening to the chatting voice? I mean,
No, I was thinking. I'm thinking of like engines versus like cosmetic items. Never
Yes,
mind.
any element, including actual mechanical elements, not just cosmetic ones. Perhaps bonsai was a bad example.
oh, resource coming in with a
Or
sub.
It's going to be a trial period with a trial area.
Now, I know you can replace voxels, but I wonder if you could swap engine types.
They did not say that, and so I don't expect it, at least not right away.
Yep.
It wouldn't surprise me if that's something they do eventually. I hope that they do, because that would be lovely if I could just say, you know what, I don't want rare engines on that. Let's just go with uncommons for this
Yep.
one. Or vice versa.
I wonder how collision damage on elements is going to go down with new players learning to fly.
I think there'll just be a high demand for scrap.
So they enabled like did they enable the final like the lives on the modules, or is that still not a thing?
That's still not a thing currently.
No.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Oh, Mega Boss Lord coming in with a 5 gifted sub. He got you, Corsarius.
Oh, thank you.
I think that's a pretty smart way to do it. You kind of like ease into it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like Tio said, it was kind of vague, but like to have that recyclability of
Okay,
elements
Holy is saying the 3 strikes on elements will be a thing.
could be.
They haven't officially said that I've seen.
Where did they say that, Holy?
But yeah, either way, it's a nice way to like edge it in. And if you do have 3 lives, then
Oh, he said they said that in the stream today.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, 2 people confirmed it. So elements will have 3 ticks or 5 ticks, depending on the element.
Yeah, because they want to get rid of the elements.
That's gonna be
They want
brutal
them
though.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, were they?
Okay, so the only thing that's irritated me today is this. The Steam page is full of alpha and beta game footage that is no longer applicable.
Yep.
Including the magic hand.
Yep.
Use the false nukes. That don't exist no more. We got this big ass gun that's in the way all the time. So ground mining. So there was a lot of things that I really hope that they revisit and revision on that site on Steam before it becomes available for players to buy. Because the players need to know what they're getting into.
They do.
You
Yeah.
have to be the only one that wants ground mining to come back.
No, you're not. A lot of people do.
I want it back too. I mean,
It's not gonna though. It's wishful
no,
thinking.
it's not coming back anytime soon.
No, like we Swiss
You guys
cheese their
gotta learn
planets
to-
and their servers couldn't handle it. Really.
Just gotta learn to be a little bit more. We gotta be flexible with
Yeah.
the things. You know.
If you want ground mining, go to the asteroids.
Yes,
Give
please.
us deposits bigger than 5K, and I might.
Exotics with 3 lives. Oh my god.
Larger nodes on asteroids. Did they say that? Peabody to you?
No, I think he's suggesting that.
Yeah, that would be nice. But I mean, to be honest with you, also starting off, the safe zone asteroids are going to be a major resource while people are building up money to be able to get mining units and the territory units. Because the cost of maintenance on those territories, the cost of setting up all the claims, and the cost of, you know, that infrastructure versus just buying an asteroid scanner and going out to an asteroid and mining, you're going to have a little bit of an advantage there in the first of the game, just going to hop at a damn asteroid and going for it.
So here's a
Right.
quick question too, though. Like, you know how you have Sanctuary and then the New Moon, right?
Yeah.
Whatever that New Moon was.
Hey,
Are you going to be able to choose between the two, or
They said they're taking
No.
out Sanctuary or something like that, didn't they?
No, I thought that was going to happen, so I suggested that previously. Like, I suggested that was a possibility previously, but I have since seen in the Q&A after the Askophilia on Monday, they specifically said that everyone was starting on Haven, but there will be Sanctuary TUs given out as part of, like, founder rewards or something. So I think that there's going to be a handful of people who can actually get tiles on Sanctuary.
Only
which-
beta players get Sanctuary, I think is what.
It was there was specifically something in one of the founder packs, like not one of the Kickstarter packs even, but one of the founder packs later.
Only certain backer levels will have Sanctuary territory units that they can use.
Yeah, I don't think it's even backers. I went back to the original Kickstarter and looked through the list, and I don't see anyone there. But there was after the Kickstarter. This is before my time, but after the Kickstarter, there was some sort of later funding thing where people could still get lifetime access, and I think they were called founders. And some of the founder rewards included Sanctuary territory units. So I think the implication is that some of those people will be able to actually have tiles in Sanctuary. But that seems super weird to me, so it wouldn't surprise me
Yeah,
if that
it's super
changes.
weird that they have an entire planet for just like a handful of people.
Yeah, there's going to be like 100 people on there, and that's it.
Are you talking about the
Yeah.
gold, silver, and bronze backers during Alpha 1, Alpha 2?
Maybe?
Because I feel like, I don't remember. I thought bronze and silver got like Sanctuary tile, and then gold had 2. That's what I remember in 2019.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think that the gold one said that you would get 2 Sanctuary territory units.
Too.
And,
Yeah, but
that's the
also
only thing
we
I
got to
saw.
remember though, there's, and I'm not saying this to try to be mean. So to you, if you're watching this, I'm not trying to be negative, but if you you're still counting on the things that were promised in the original package.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not very, and not a very reliable thing to be doing.
There's another topic I wanted to bring up because I think basically all the alpha and the beta players have had so much stuff that, like in other games, you call it power creep or whatever. In this game, everybody has so much stuff so that with the reset, so like people are like, well, the popcorn nodes are only 5K on an asteroid. Well, when you're starting out, 5K is a bunch.
Yep.
And so like I don't think we're going to be living in a reality where you're going to, Jag or whatever and picking up 7 million hematite. That's just not a thing anymore.
What are you scraping, Serapis?
Oh, I'm done. So I was trying to get something off my desk that was dropping at the wall. There was a spot where my son had gotten a gummy bear on my desk. And it was right where my arm wrist. So I scraped it off and wiped it off.
I expect a pet, and I want it to be a space corgi.
Okay, so I found the specific line from the Askophilia. They said, the question was, will you be able to choose between Haven and Sanctuary in the new FTUE? And the answer was, at launch, everyone will start on Haven during the FTUE. However, players who have an additional Sanctuary territory in it as a reward from a supporter pack they pledged will be able to settle themselves in the Sanctuary Moon. Which implies to me that literally only the gold supporters from that particular drive or whatever will have a territory in Sanctuary.
That
which
to
seems
me
ridiculous.
Well, it means Sanctuary will be kind of a...
No lag zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll get one or not. I don't remember. I'm considered a contributor, but I don't know.
You know everybody's gonna huddle around whatchamacallit in all the markets again, though.
Yeah.
That's what Master Architect just asked. Do we think that M6 is going to be popular again?
It's going to be automatically popular, and I know it's going to be automatically popular because that's what's going to happen. People are going to go where they know.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, I suspect that'll happen, but
maybe a different market. Well, it just depends on who gets what tiles next to the markets at the beginning of the game. You know, maybe more active people get next to market 10, so that one takes over. You know, but it will be somewhere around those markets.
Yep.
I for one am just really looking forward to KBL breaking from Legion and being the leader of the Resistance.
In your dreams.
That's what I would say if I was secretly planning the Resistance.
God.
Don't worry, Drax was telling me that the other day too.
Okay, so I do have to say this. For the first time in a long time, they actually got this announcement right in a lot of ways. They've created hype around it. The players are excited about what's coming. They've given... Yeah, okay, I know purple voxels and multicolor luminescent glass are trivial items. But there's something we've been fucking asking for a long time. So, little things like that... Yeah, little things like that can make us happy. You know, I know it sounds dumb, but God have mercy, it just means somebody paid attention for once. So actual bug fixes win.
Apparently, they said there's not going to be a lot of content, is because they're focusing on fixing the
Well,
bugs.
the blueprint snapping is a big thing. Is that going to be static or just dynamic or what?
Probably just going to be static.
I think it'll be static in space.
I don't know why we need a snapping for dynamics.
True, but I was just, you know...
Wouldn't surprise me if they have it actually for multi-core systems.
Surprised. I mean, yeah, that'd be kind of neat.
Okay, who is it that makes all those crazy fonts? The voxel letters?
That would have been Metallical.
Him with the neon voxels, the multiple different colors of fluorescent glass. Oh, we're going to be seeing some crazy shit going on with him.
Neon signs.
Yeah, neon bar signs.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be different. It's going to be a lot of changes. There are some things that I'm concerned about. Like I said, the misrepresentation of the game still on Steam. It might not seem like that big of an issue when it comes to the fact that they just use some old video. But Steam is a very critical a very quick to turn toxic environment for a player base. So when the players get the game through Steam and they see these videos of gameplay that's no longer in the game, get into the game looking for this and it's not there, or aspects of gameplay that were never there, like the massive fleet battles, the way they were zooming around and dogfighting and shit.
Racing, like that looked like it was Star Citizen, you know?
Yeah.
I gotta stand up for Steam a little bit because I've heard this from a few people in the last 24 hours about Steam bringing toxic players.
Oh, no, I'm
It's
not saying that.
Steam.
No, I'm not
It's
saying
just-
that.
There's toxic people in the world.
Yeah, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, when you go on Steam, you're opening yourself up to a very large player base that you haven't had the ability to tap before. Because there's a lot of people that will only play games if they're on Steam. Because once you buy it on Steam, you have it. You don't lose it.
Yeah, but you guys are talking like this is a new player base. 99.99% of the people that have already played this game have Steam.
I know that. But there's a lot of people that will be coming to the game because of Steam. And Steam has a built-in review system. So these players join the game and they don't get what they're advertised in the Steam page, new players. They're going to be leaving that in the reviews and comments on the Steam page.
Yep. Could be a bad sting.
Now, I'm not sure exactly where this was seen. Something like that Steam stuff was started to be uploaded in May.
The Steam page for Dual Universe, if you go to the Steam page, the video content that they have in the 2 videos, a lot of it's alpha and beta gameplay that's not in the game anymore.
Yeah, that's going to be just a hard lesson for NQ to learn, right?
Yeah, but that's one of those things that if you're going to be a game in a certain way, you need to be proud of that. You need to expose that. You need to show that. Don't try to hide that. Don't try to pretend you're something you're not. Just go with it.
They got to be very careful about what they do on Steam, because if they launch this game and they don't have the server set up, or they don't, they underestimate the, the sales of the Steam sales and people jumping in and stuff, and it just goes bad, then a bad Steam launch can be terrible for a game. And that launch really tells how well it's going to be in the long run, because that first couple reviews you want to be really good.
Yeah.
That way when people look at it, you see mostly positive. You don't want to see mostly negative or neutral. You want to see the positives.
Very much so. And I'm not saying that the Steam community itself is going to be bad, because like you said, pretty much everybody playing the game now has Steam. But there's going to be a lot of people that only see the game because it's now on Steam. Empyrean players, Space Engineers players. This is now going to come up as a suggested game to them where they might not have seen it or really acknowledged it before. So you're going to have that a lot.
Today on my stream, I had at least 5 or 6 people that came in just because they saw it on Steam today.
Yeah.
They came in and joined my stream and was watching stream and trying to learn what the game was about before they launched. And one was another guy that came in was a returning and just saw it on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And it's bringing newer players back, older players back, and new players in. And they gotta be. I just hope they really, really are careful with this and prepare their servers things and have a lot of servers on standby, because it's like they said in chat right there, it's a do or die situation where if they fuck up on this Steam launch, it's going to be bad.
Do I seriously have a bumblebee and a deer having a conversation with me right now?
Yes. Why do you think I keep doing all the bee puns? You gotta be
Did you guys
flexible,
notice
or the
what I
squeaker gets stung.
changed my picture to?
What? Is that a raid?
Look at my Discord.
Kill shot?
Yeah.
Is that a bug spray?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So everybody would kind of rate today's announcement like overall positive?
I would say 8 out of 10 positive. And the only reason why I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 is because of the content I see on Steam. I'm worried that that's going to be a potential unexpected pain in their ass.
still, I
I
still
would say probably
see,
too.
I still see the same game I've already played.
And I haven't played in a year and a half, and this is the first real big exciting news to me. Especially the planet reduction. I feel like right now planets are kind of empty.
Yeah. I think that is
Yeah.
going to help because we're going to have new players coming in because it is on Steam and because it is the official launch. So having it reduced down to the 3 safe worlds and 2 PvP planets, first of all, if you're going to do missions, you only have 2 routes you can go, which means PvP, hello.
Yeah, I'll probably be on for launch day. I haven't been on in a year and a half, but I'll probably get on just for launch day. Claim a tile.
Yep.
At the very least.
Okay, so you joining us, right?
Yeah, I'm joining you guys, man.
Good.
I hope
Okay.
like 2 or 3 days before launch, we get together with everyone in Discord and
Is
SGX that are going to be launching, and we talk together and figure out what we want to do and the plan that we put down. That way, we can get in, hit the ground running.
A buck, a bee, and a Canadian walk into a DU stream.
I feel called out.
Now,
Laughing.
now I'm
Yeah,
just
be
gonna
laughing.
I'm just gonna say it right now, though. I mean, as positive as the announcement was today, this is a lot of this stuff is stuff that should have been done ages ago.
I know.
And
I'm
glad
just...
that it's
Here's
coming in
quite
now.
good.
But you know,
And
I'm just
also,
worried that-
DJ Sicer just reminded me, the UEF store, new ships in the UEF store that are actually functional, legitimate ships.
Yeah, they look good.
I hope they actually change those out on a regular basis as time goes on, though.
I hope they add more. Yeah,
Well, that's the
or
thing
and
is-
shift out. Yeah.
That's their UEF store. The other one that for players will be the player area, the exchange. That's where the constant change of new ships and designs will be.
Well, see, I've always been a big advocate that the UEF store should actually have been, you know, like community picks where you can, you know, where it's
It originally
content
was.
from players.
It was winners of a competition originally, and they were all ships that were built in early alpha that just didn't flip and work when beta hit.
No more of the flying jockstrap.
Yeah, no more flying jockstrap.
Also remember, like, these things that we want, like, if you get enough players to do it, like, you just literally build a dynamic core that's flat, and you have everybody put their ships on it, and you put dispensers, and you just park it right next to the UF store, and it's a player-made version of the exact same thing.
Oh.
No, we're
needs
not
to be
actually allowed to
maintained.
do that anymore. Like, it's against the rules to put ship shops on market
Yeah.
pads now.
It is.
No, you just can't connect to it, right?
Well, one of the things I was thinking about doing was setting up a tram. Because you know how you can do the Lewis script where you have a ship, you hit a button, and it goes from point A to point B? That's how
Yeah.
a lot of... Okay, setting up something like that that'll hit a series of coordinates up, over, and down to where it'll go land on the ground next to the District 6 with a sign on it saying, come here, press this button to go to Emperor City with advertisements for what's on it. And it would take the players to Emperor City where they could pick up tokenized ships and elements and fuel and all this stuff like that.
Listen, everybody's telling me what I can't do. I'll come up with all the ways that I can do it. That's what this game is supposed to
Well,
be
as long as
about,
you-
right? Like, it's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of work and effort, and yeah, you can't leave it there for 7 days or whatever. But like, this game, nothing. If you want something in an MMO, you get it. That's how I play MMOs. Period.
As long as you go sit in the chair every set 4 or 5 days,
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
But no,
You
with
do.
that, it would be flying in and out. So every time it flies in and out from a player, it would be reset.
Why do you think the devs have had such a hard time with the marketing and everything? Because
Yeah.
players will find out how to do whatever the hell they want.
They're gonna figure out how to get past the rules. It's just the way they are.
Is that true? DJ Slicer said it's only BPs. Is that true at UEF? I've never actually bought a UEF ship.
UEF ships I bought in the past always came with the blueprints and all the elements.
Materials, yeah.
Okay.
Is it only
It's only
blueprints
to
now?
buy it.
I didn't hear anything about that.
Current UEF is blueprint. Yeah, the current UEF is blueprint plus elements. One has an AGG. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I posted pictures of all of them on the main discussion channel.
And the funny thing is, the prices at the UEF store, I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but as beta has gone, the prices have adjusted. Originally, that little Warp Core COD piece cost 20 mil.
What is it now? Do you know?
Like a couple. It's cheap. It's not even there anymore. It's really cheap.
It's a hell of a cod piece.
Yeah, but it had a warp drive in it. It was some obscene amount of quantum. Especially for just starting. You know, it was a pain in the butt to get it. And then it flew like crap. Remember, we all worked together to get the money to buy the damn thing, and then it didn't even want to get off the planet. It was a nightmare to fly it.
Back in my day, the blade was all the rage.
Back in my day. That was my day too!
And if you want to see the ships, it's in what discussion? In Do You Think Tank?
Oh, it is?
And
I just posted them.
yeah, there's some unique looking ones, and then also the last couple looks like L containers, AGG.
Yeah, the second last one is, they said it's an atmosphere only hauler. The last one actually has an AGG, they said. They didn't specifically say that it has space capabilities. And I don't see any space elements from the angle that we've got it at, but I would imagine if it has AGG, it has space.
Okay, the last one is irritating me.
The Ronin, I think they call it, yeah?
Yeah, it's driving me nuts.
Why?
Adjuster placement.
Well,
The adjuster placement is a little
They place the
that's the
adjustments.
shipbuilder.
could use some work.
Yeah, and the same way for second to last. The adjusters are a little better on that one, but that last one.
Yeah, it's bugging me. It has voxel on it. I can't use that.
Turn a Big Bertha.
It's purple.
No, that last one, the voxels, you have the adjusters are just not okay. I'm gonna leave that alone for now.
These things are. I'm sorry, I just don't like the way they look. Pretty ugly.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has different tastes, right? Like, I think the
Like,
bigger thing for me is,
cool.
do they do the job they were supposed to do?
I don't know.
Especially for a new player, right? Like, because like once you get a little bit further in the game, you can like start to build your what TMA calls mount collection. For me, because I came from WoW, but when you're just starting out, if the ship you buy doesn't do what it says it's supposed to do, that's super frustrating.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here we go. Somebody posted this in discussion as well. We're going to start off with Thades, Mattis, Alioth, Tioma, and Jago, or Yago, depending on which dev you talk to. And then from there, we're going to get Sinan, Sakari, and Talame.
They
For the
did say this
second
is the plan, just to be
Yeah.
clear. They're
This
not
is
sure
the plan for
is
now.
on,
And then after that, Ion and Simeon. And then the last two planets will be Feli and Lacobus, or Lacobus, depending on which dev you talk to.
And then they'll do solar system number 2.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping that they come up with some unique.
They did not say how much
Seasons
closer
go.
together. They're just saying that they're condensing the system. That's the way they put it.
But the overall feeling I got was like there's kind of like I was just saying this the other day. I didn't know what was on their whiteboard, and right now I know it's on their whiteboard at least for like right after launch, and it's like essentially the phases.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is something that, to be honest with you, really should have been happening a long time ago because it allows them to keep their server infrastructure scaled.
Rex, what are you doing?
They're not
What?
they're not actually burning CPU cycles if they don't need them on those dead planets. You know?
Yeah, true. I just look over. There's a cat floating in space.
Yo's having a good time.
Ugh.
Yo, there's got to be something we missed. What else did we miss? There's got like one thing we missed. I'm sure of it.
I use it because you have a cat that looks just like this one.
We definitely missed the Thoramine announcement.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so what's going on with the Thoramine? Somebody who knows more details. Go for it.
They haven't said specifically what exactly the deal is, but basically there's going to be some sort of reward for those who have Thoramine. They're having trouble actually tracking down who owns it. Apparently that's a surprisingly difficult technical challenge. They didn't say how much you have to have or what the reward is going to be, but there's some sort of special thing that you're going to get for having Thoramine.
Oh my god, it's time we show the devs this trick. It's called a dispenser, and they put a thing in it, and then it takes the Thoramine from us and gives us the thing.
Right? So I feel like there are options.
Wouldn't that be called a receptacle?
Bit of both. We
do
also
think-
only briefly touched on the free trial.
Yeah, I just mentioned it, yeah.
Okay, what's going on with the free trial?
I'm not sure what exactly the timeline is like on it, but they said that the free trial is going to be on its own separate instance. So there's going to be a whole separate server for the free trial, which will be reset frequently because they're expecting a lot of turnover in that. Basically, a lot of people coming in, playing for an hour, and then quitting. And so they don't want the people in the free trial to be cluttering up the world with stuff that they're never going to come back to. So basically the way I'm imagining is we're going to get a permanent PTS where people can go to play for free for a little bit that gets deleted regularly. What I wonder is, will we continue to have access to it? Because like that would actually be pretty cool if there was like basically a permanent PTS that we could just sort of hop over to and roll a new character and do something weird over
I'm
there.
actually kind of okay with that because it means you're not going to have all these idiots coming on the live server and just digging holes in the ground because they could dig holes in the ground for their free trial, you know?
And as DJ Slicer said, it is also a Steam exclusive. So that's a Steam feature.
One thing they did say also is if your account has been active at any time during alpha or beta, and even if you're not sub now, whenever they go live for the game, you get 2 weeks of free game time.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like the bring people back promo, which I think is really good too. Now, they did explain something in terms of they called it an accelerator, right? The EXP accelerator, but like the first month is like 100%. Then the next like 3 months is like 75 or 50%, and the last 2 months is 25%, something like that, right?
Yep. And also, if you're part of the backer tier, you get an additional
50.
accelerator of some sort too.
Yeah, it's 150 and 25.
Yeah, so I mean, they're really like stacking. One, they even sent out an email today asking us to do the wish list stuff. But two, they're really stressing like that first month. If you want all the benefits, you've got to be subbed and you've got to log in.
Okay, following toss is asking questions about Recruiter Friend.
What are you concerned about exploit wise, Falling Toss? You talking about the million points or? Yeah.
Or you're going to be in a situation you can talk about that.
Yeah. I'm in a weird situation there, where basically my main character doesn't have the Recruiter Friend bonuses because I've had her since the beginning of beta, but I have an alt who I've paid off for a year and a half now. And so on day one, my alt is going to have 1 million more talent points than my main, and my main will never catch up.
And don't forget, there's, I believe, bonus talent points for the 2-factor authentication system, right? And they said that would roll over too if you did that before.
Yeah. Which I guess I need to set that shit up on all 3 accounts. But honestly, I'm probably going to drop down to 1 account. You know, I'm going to use the 2 weeks to make sure I get all the blueprints under Serapis and get him on the right orgs to make sure I can deal with all my DRM shit. And then roll with it.
That first month of extra talent points is just pretty insane. Because how much do you get a month? 1 million?
I don't know. I just can't afford 3 accounts.
A million is about a week.
I've still got all those. I've still got all the accounts that are.
The person that refers them, does the person referring them get anything?
You get free time and skins. So you get free time for every year that your people sub, and you get different skins and a couple of interesting cosmetic items as you progress through. So there's a couple of thrones you get. I just got the obsidian table because I'm down on the bottom row now. There's a couple other weird things. The Helios system. There's one that's like a model that's metallic, and then there's one that's like a holographic projection. So I got.
Hey, with new players coming to the game, maybe I should actually start doing my DU link in here and getting Recruiter Friend stuff.
Definitely.
Everyone told me to do it today on stream. We had a bunch of new people coming in. They're like, you definitely need to put your code in.
And don't forget about Summer Decks too. Like if a new person's sniffing around, just toss them a Summer Deck.
So you probably should actually put that link also permanently in the bottom of your Twitch page down there too.
Yeah, probably.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
What? I gave away 2 decks today.
No.
Anyway, I can get a deal like Marky Dragon. I honestly doubt it.
A referral.
I seriously doubt it.
Marquee gives out referral codes for streamers.
Yeah.
Where you get a little bit of a kickback on the
Yeah,
subscription.
apparently Shamsy has one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a referral code. I used to use it all the time, but I can't combine it and this. It's one or the other.
No.
Yeah, isn't the affiliate code 3% or something like that?
You don't get much when using that. I've tried, and I think all the people that use my code on that program, which I do have, I used to use it before this came out. I have like $3 sitting in that window.
Well, like the referral code would be good for things like somebody is just wanting to buy like whatever the little Plex like game time thing is, and then like the refer a friend is for people that they're starting a new account or they're subbing for the first time.
Do we know exactly what time UTC on launch day release goes live? They did say. What time was it?
Did they? I didn't think they did.
Oh, they didn't?
Oh, they were also kind of fuzzy about the like exact day the beta goes down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said 5 days before, I think.
Yeah, maybe because Decker was like 6-5, but we don't even know the time, and
So
presumably a bunch of us will be logged in right for the very end.
So here's the question I have on that. I'm paying for a subscription. Do I get that extra 5 days added to my account?
Yes.
Yes, actually, 6 days. They said they're giving everyone 6 days for the
downtime. No,
downtime.
it's only going to be like 4 or 5 days. Yeah, for like 4 or 5 days, we're getting a full week.
September 22nd confirmed.
Yeah, just we don't know what like specific time, like in the evening or the morning.
So it's going to go down on the 22nd and be back up on 28th.
27th.
Steam shows 28th as launch.
That's weird because they definitely said 27th.
Oh, 27th. Yeah, okay.
Well, at least we have.
I don't doubt you. That's what Steam says, but
40-something days for this all to be fully fleshed out.
Yeah, I assume we're going to get more specific details as we go and everything.
And I would assume we're going to get, because they were very specific about what they were talking about today, I assume we'll get something between now and then, kind of talking about a little bit more roadmappy. Might not happen, but maybe.
So. Yeah, that's funny. I could have sworn when I loaded it up on Steam it said 27th originally. I wonder if they changed that or something, or...
What if it's where you live or something weird like that?
Maybe.
Could be.
Moriar the Chosen is saying 10 UTC on the 27th. All Steam launches are at that time.
That's probably what they're going to shoot for then, yeah. Yep.
And the reason why that's the case is because that's Steam has the most staff on hand for support during that time. So that would make sense. Because if you're trying to launch a game on Steam, you want Steam staff available for support.
Yeah, fair.
So if anybody ever hears any random noises, I'm sitting here for some damn reason playing with a pair of scissors.
Well, don't run.
It's not like...
Trust me, these are not scissors you want to run with.
Yeah, it was probably old-time clothing shears.
Nah,
Step
these
out of
things
line,
cut
he'll
through
cut
metal.
a full.
These things cut
Holly,
metal.
JC's been gone for a while.
Yeah.
There was a video from the new CEO though. Did everybody see that?
No,
I
I
did
not.
catch that. Yeah, right at the very beginning.
Yeah, they released like a letter, and in the letter, I think it's the wishlist us on Steam one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in that there's a video, and I'll go ahead and grab the link and put it in the discussion.
Post it in the stream chat too.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually got to see what he looks like now.
Oh my god! He has a face!
Go.
Hey, Surf, look at your DM.
Good night, Mega. Oh, there's a tree. Go back to the tree. I'm looking at the tree.
It's short. It's like about a minute, and he's just super pumped and really grateful to the community. But yeah, nice to just get a message from him. Put a face to the name, so to speak.
The tree only you can see service.
You can't see it?
No. The stairs and the windows load for me when I get near it, but that's it. None of the voxel.
I can't even right click on it.
I
No,
can
it's
use the elevators and
Yeah, I go into build mode, and then when I go out of build mode, it's loaded, but I can't right-click on it or go back into build mode.
Oh, another thing we forgot. They did mention one of the packs that was purchased at one point came with like another skin for your avatar.
Yep.
Oh yes, that's right. There's going to be avatar skins. They said there's going to be more details about that forthcoming.
Where's my monocle and top hat? Damn it!
There we go. Can I have to go to an element then? Construct, advance, set construct rights. You should be able to go into build mode on it. Ancient.
I'll try, but yeah, all I see is floating glass and elevators. And the panels for stairs.
There we go. I added your rights. Use one of the stairs and go into build mode on the stair, and then look away from it for a second.
Okay.
Give it a second and then look back.
Oh, there it is.
So this is the tree that broke DU. Can we buy core blueprints from people for launch, or only the person who made it?
You can buy core blueprints from people if they're willing to sell them to you. I've got a display set up right now with all 10 of the starter habs set up on Alioth, and I've been giving away core blueprints, like DRM free core blueprints to people for those. I literally just recruited a bunch of summer DAX from my org mates and made 10 new characters and got all of the starting habs and moved them piece by piece over.
I think Core also posted the coordinates for that in the Do You Think Tank discussion channel, right?
I think I did. Also, you can VR to it.
Hey, who is? Oh, Morion.
Oh, Smalls snuck in too. What up, Smalls?
What's up?
Okay, who is Marion Enderis?
That's TLC.
Hey,
man.
What's up?
Evening.
How's it going?
Going well.
Well,
he's an old former Crash member from back in the day.
The tree, you can't load the tree. You can't even place the tree as a blueprint because nothing loads on it. The only way to get it to load is to go in build mode, give it a second to load, and then once you've gone into build mode on it and go out of build mode, it's almost impossible to get back into build mode on it. Its voxel work was too much for the game.
The leaves.
It is a large core treehouse. And Ancient's climbing the tree right now.
Never buy anything in VR.
Yeah, never buy anything in VR.
I'm moving in, Serapis. I'm going to live in this little knot here on the side just by the core. It's going to be my little home now.
I hate to say this, but I'm probably going to rebuild this tree on our starter tiles on the starter planet. I'm probably going to rebuild the tree from scratch there. The XVX Memorial.
I didn't tell you, but there's a small chance I might play the game at launch just to see how things go.
Nice. Well, alright, so let's talk about that. Launch. And I'm not saying this is how everybody needs to do it. Do things your own way. That's the beauty of this game. The goal for XBX is we're going to basically land on the starter planet as a group. Work together. Like, strictly work together. Build up to where we're supporting the org within a self-maintaining cycle. Get the city started, get the shops and showrooms started as close to the districts as we can. Start producing ships to sell that are hopefully tokenized sell. Cheap ships that people can jump in and buy for really reasonable prices and get started in. And use those sales of the tokenized ships to help support our industry and help our industry build up so we can expand ourselves as a group. The goal will be to build up everybody to where we can start breaking out and having more personal stuff, doing things on more of a personal level. You know, the industry people, of course, will have their own factories. They can do their factories doing specific things that they want to and separate the workload between people. However they want to do it, we're not going to be sitting there saying you have to do it this way or nothing. But the goal is to build up as a group as quickly as possible so that the players in our group can get back to the gameplay they enjoy with as little latency as possible. If that makes sense. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know people like to do everything solo sometimes, but in this type of a situation, if we want to get back to the gameplay that we are used to and the way we want to play the game, we're going to have to work as a group and build up. And support each other. And XVX has the numbers to do it.
To be clear to those who aren't members of XVX and who are thinking about it, by no means is he saying that if you're an XVX, you have to do that. It's just that's what the plan is for the group.
Yeah.
Is we want to do that, but you're not going to be forced to do that.
No. But everybody
you
else
might send me
is.
to your house in the middle of the night.
But everybody in the group is going to be doing that. The bulk of the group is going to be working together, so that way. And the point of it is, okay, look, the point is not so we can stay in this big huddle for the rest of the gameplay. The point is to build all of our wallets up to where we can do the things we want to do solo and the things we want to do on our own and have fun.
Yep.
That's the point of that initial steamroll snowball effect.
Yep.
You know, everybody has their role. Build up, support each other. Our shipbuilders are selling ships. Our industry people are building elements. We have people that enjoy mining, doing even just picking up surface rocks, or going out to asteroids, or getting mining units set up. There's a lot of things that are roles that can be filled to help fill everybody's wallets to the point where we can start breaking off and enjoying some solo aspects of gameplay, while keeping that solid backbone of an organization that always has your back. Like Stormstill. Stormstill's joining us. Full XVX member. He's part of the family now. Like, he's full in. We've had several people reach out to me and say they want to be full in after the wipe. So, I'm rolling with it. If that's what we got, we're going to do it, and we're going to do it right. And we're going to take care of our members.
Yeah, and everybody has like a different pace, right? Like obviously there's like no lifers, and then there's people that can only log in a few hours a day. There's people that will, take off the week because it's a launch, and then, after that they're not around a whole lot. So everyone just kind of needs to set, whether you're in a group or not, some individual goals. I think is super healthy.
I need to restore my income streams to Serapis Raffles.
So let me ask you a personal question, Serapis, for my position within the org. I don't do industry, and I'm not doing mining units. I was thinking of just pouring all my points into piloting, and then I can fly for people.
Yep, there's going to be a lot of roles for that.
Because we're not going to have a lot of warping and everything in the beginning, so somebody's going to have to fly long hauls.
Hold on 1 second, okay?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of the game is hopefully you can do what you want to do, and yeah, hopefully there's some long hauls for you and some missions to asteroids for some people.
Well, I figure a lot of people are going to be pouring all their points into industry and parts placement. So, how many people are going to?
Crazy Uncle Sean, you would come back in mine for me, brother. I would love to have you back in the game.
How many people are going to have piloting skills right in the beginning?
Yeah, not many. I'm going to be focusing on it because I need it for shipbuilding. But I know Sedge likes hauling. So having people, we're going to need people that are very specified roles to begin with. We're going to need people that are set up for building, people that are set up for hauling, people that are set up for just specifically mining, people that are training different boost skills. Because over time, those are going to overlap, and people are going to be more filled out. But from the beginning, if we've got to have 6 different people come in and boost the ship to get the most out of that ship, it's going to be worth it. Same for the factory.
Yeah, but you're talking about boosting ship components. I'm talking about piloting skills.
No, I was just talking about in general. Over the entire group of people, having people for very specific roles is going to be very important at the beginning of the game. You're going to have people that are specified for piloting. You're going to have to have people that are specified for boosting different parts of a factory or different parts of a ship. And people specifically for mining, people specifically for, industry actual production and managing the industry. There's a lot of individual roles that are going to need to be filled at the beginning while we're all very short on skill points.
I was asking, but you'll be concentrating on placement probably,
yes.
Right?
Yeah, there's still bots.
I don't know why the Steam page says no bots. They actually confirmed that there's going to be bots.
Yeah, there's going to be bots.
I did not realize it said that. I'm going to ask them about that myself because.
Oh, that's probably still old alpha information, like all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Also,
I think
isn't
at a
there
point they
something
didn't have
about
that to me.
Aegis? Aegis says something about no bots, but has bots too.
Yeah.
Does Aegis have bots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They confirmed today. I don't remember what it was in the stream or where, but they confirmed today that there was going to be bots in the market.
Yeah, wasn't that the Askophilia?
Yeah, that was the Askophilia as well.
Peabody, I've already spoken with them today because there were other things in the Steam page. So I'll bring that up as well because there are multiple things on the Steam listing that are misleading and confusing. So that needs to be updated and updated quickly.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the reset and the race, and
And,
it's a good way to play the game.
Yep. And by the way, Holy Lifton and Crazy Uncle Sean, you two crazy asses belong to me after the launch, just so you know. You're mine! Yeah!
Yeah. Oh, what about you guys? Has everybody seen a lot of like new faces, or sorry, old faces kind of popping back in? That's been happening in New Genesis like
Yeah.
all day.
I have. Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of names that I recognized from a while back, and it's good to see them back.
I got a raid from Gaming Gothic today.
Ice 9, you're in here. What? Speak, friend. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Arby's.
All right, I can do roast beef. Are
Yeah.
you in XVX?
He is now. I met Ice 9 when we lived on Talamea, the first of beta, and I ended up getting stuck on one of the moons so my ship couldn't move the cargo I had in it, the ore I had, and his members bought the ore from me directly on the moon so I could actually get off the moon.
Oh shit, I remember that.
Yeah.
Was that Telemai?
Yeah, that
Wait,
was that was Talamea. I was on your moon. The moon.
I forgot that was you. That was because we're right next to the marketplace. The marketplace that's the closest to Alioth.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't played in so long, so whatever marketplace in the whole Telemai system.
I couldn't
So we
find
got-
my ship.
Yeah, we used to get a lot of traffic because people were buying schematics, those tier 3 pluses from Telemai. They'd go exactly to our moon. That
If
was.
you haven't played in a while, what brought you back?
I mean, man, Serapis is like, he counts everybody. He's like, hey, they're doing this. I'm like, all right. He's a damn good community manager, right? Or a community, whatever. I don't remember what you are, Serapis.
Nothing. I'm a
He's got
contributor.
the
I'm a
hat
person.
in.
A contributor thing or something.
I'm a person. That's all I am. I'm a
he's
streamer.
a good person. That's all he is. But yeah, he's kept it interesting. Kept me interested. Over the past several months, a year plus, and then now this announcement's kind of realistic. This is the first update. I got bummed out a year and a half ago, like a lot of people did, but this actually looks reasonable. The consolidation of planets, and then slowly expanding from there. It's almost like when some MMOs reduce population, how they'll combine different servers. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that. It's kind of necessary to revitalize the community.
El Presidente Sarah.
It's always good starting from scratch too. Everyone's on an even plane. Everyone's got the same amount of quanta and XP. There's something exciting about that gold rush, that initial gold rush.
Yeah.
I actually really like the leaving some of the planets until later because I do feel like it's gonna give people who are less extreme the opportunity to build up their plan for moving to new planets.
I think that's important. Right? You gotta appeal to not just a super duper extreme top 1%ers. You gotta to appeal to a broader audience.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm going to it on the stream right now, but there's a couple of the ships. So the Wraith Mark III, which I just updated, this one. I'm gonna redo this in cheap materials with basic engines and stuff. Reformat it so it's a nice little entry-level light hauler that looks good and low profile. For after launch, make it as cheap as possible to produce. I'm going to do the same thing with the Mark 7. The Mark 7 is going to get probably a little bit wider, but the Mark 7 has 4 atmospheric and 4 space engines on it. So I'm going to remove the rockets, clean it up, make it where it's all T1, extremely cheap to produce. So there's a few of these ships I'm going to do this with, So that way I have a line of ships that's cohesive, looks good, and I could put them out there right away and be able to produce them right off the bat. I think these are things we're all going to need to do. There's going to be a lot of things in here that I'm going to remove. Like a lot of the data stuff, a lot of the screens and things. Just because I want to make sure that when new players get a hold of it, they look at it and don't feel like, oh my god, I got to turn this off, this off, this off, and this off. I want them to be happy about the ship and not feel like they're cheapskating themselves,
Yeah, I think you're right.
So
you can just spam those entry-level models. You can always upgrade later, get the tier 2 version or something.
Yeah, and the other thing I'm going to do is the F1 racers, the tiny little racers. Those things are dirt flippin' cheap to produce with basic engines. And they have 4 small engines on them, so even basic engines are going to fly like a bat out of hell. So I'm going to revamp these things to where the carriers, the caravans, and the racers here are all T1 if they ever flip and load. The tree's still carrying with me.
Yeah, if you're wanting to spam those, I'm guessing you're going to sell them slightly above cost.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna sell them for next to nothing because I want I'm going to try to get the racing scene going like right away. Because if we're going to be building up next to the markets, if we can mass produce and sell these ships for dirt cheap and get people into racing, yeah, the chainsaw too, it would go really well. People are going to enjoy the racing. With these ships, if they're really cheap for them to get into. And these ships are so tiny that going with basics is not going to affect.
You're trying to have a race before the end of the year?
Yeah, that's my goal. My goal is to have a race within a few weeks of the launch.
This could be the first big major event.
Could you imagine like 50 of these damn things? The fact that you can exchange voxels now, you can make them whatever colors you want. Pick your 2 colors.
Now you got me thinking. We need to bring back the Alioth Aero Expo that we used to have once or twice a year.
Yeah.
AD was saying he's going to try and get a dome ASAP in Drax stream today.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to invite AD and try to get him in with me on this so we can get his dome and get the F1 racers going. Because right now the F1 racers are potentially the cheapest racer to get into anything. So that'd be a lot of fun. Go ahead.
Has anyone heard from Virtual or Zenith?
No. I have not.
Real quick, if you're trying to appeal to new players, you might consider setting up an arcade somewhere.
Yeah.
Like we used to have with the Lua scripting.
We were going to do that in the city. We have one now in Ember City currently, so we'll probably have one there.
Yeah.
Someone should set up an arcade for the Alioth Exchange. Who made all those arcade games? They should get a tile or a core in the Alioth Exchange because that might be able to get up and running a lot faster.
That would kind of be cool. Something to do at like a dome or a race night is a parkour challenge with like force fields and shit. That way, when they're parkouring around, the best time to reach the top, win the pot or whatever. But time to beat or whatever. So, I thought it'd be kind of neat.
Speaking of
Moriar, actually, I'll probably be the one to surprise you. I don't care if blueprints are there or not, to be honest with you, because every damn ship I built, I know how to build again. I built it once, I can build it again.
Code infused.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just checking like I got code infused. Man, someone should probably make a starter aid for new players. He's been working on a starter aid for new players. It looks great.
Oh god, yeah, it looks flippin' amazing.
If someone wants a challenge, I challenge somebody who's good at Lua scripting to make 8-bit DU, so we can play 8-bit DU in DU.
Jesus.
That's what I want. Just in case you get bored of DU, log into your 8-bit DU account.
Yeah, I always tell one of our coders and NG that DUception, so while I'm doing missions, I could play a little DU inside DU.
Yep, for those long-haul space flights.
The number of blueprints I'm going to have on my personal damn inventory after this launch.
Yeah, Moriar was talking about the core blueprints surviving, and honestly, I don't know. Of all the things to really care about,
Yep.
I mean, it just is what it is. People who get their core blueprints are happy, and people that don't, I mean, yeah, my argument was always, I spent 2,000 hours flying missions. You spent 2,000 hours building. You get to keep your blueprints or whatever. But I'm not like salty about it, right?
I mean, like I said, honestly, one thing I weirdly wish is alpha blueprints would no longer survive. There's a lot of beta blueprints that honestly I don't think should be allowed to survive, and the problem is trying to filter between those. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of blueprints floating around that are based on heavy exploits, and they, if there's any way to get them to place, it's going to cause issues in the game. There's a lot of alpha blueprints that are just completely foobar. Those things don't need to be in the game. If they're wiping the game to fix the game, those things need to be removed. And I know it sucks, but let's be honest about it. There are some blueprints out there that can screw things up.
I have blueprints of engines clipped together with nothing else on them to just build off of those.
The tree?
It doesn't work anymore, but...
I'm not going to sell the tree after white. Because I know that tree fucks the game up. So until they tell me that they figured out a solution for it, as a player, I don't feel it is responsible of me to distribute that.
Tio, that 17 quadrillion quanta, we're almost... I'm a firm believer that there was some human error in that numberage.
Yeah.
The numbers work out to something like 40 trillion a day, which is like 4,000 people doing, 8,000 missions a day or something like that. Like the numbers just don't add up.
Oh, I did not run the numbers on that. Isn't that bad?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, and let me tell you this. I was running 4 missions a day with 70 plus packages. I was also fishing the mission sites, so like we just didn't see that type of traffic, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I really just think there was some human error in there.
But you were running 280 missions a day.
We were logging in.
So you said 70
more
packages.
Times. Yeah.
With
Well,
times...
not all the packages were mine, right?
I know, but it was 70
yeah.
packages. 70 packages times 4.
Yeah, and some days we did 6 because we would do 2 of the loops twice. So, like, yeah, I spent most of my time logging in and out.
Yeah, that's 420 packages. 420 missions.
Yeah. And like I said, the other part of that is literally sitting at mission points fishing to where you would know who is coming in.
Yeah.
Like clockwork. Like you're like, you're chasing them out and you're hoping that they're AFK going to get their coffee, then whap. And then you're on the other side, in VR watching them land so you can get their schedule. And we just did not see that traffic. Me and Opux, when we were doing interdiction for warp, never saw that many ships warping back and forth, right? Like,
yep.
Yeah.
Tio, I do not think that word means what you think it means. Sorry. Couldn't help myself.
I do, however, believe the mission quanta was faucet was a little bit open. Yeah. So
yeah, I did not get super into it. I got a little bit into it, and I own 8 warp beacons.
Yeah.
I never did it once, and I own 4.
I was trying to get
you have
Serapis
other income
into
streams.
I was trying. I think of all the giveaways, Serapis.
God. So I got a number the other day. In total, which I'm no longer giving away quantum. In total, up to this point, I have given away 38.5 billion quantum. And that's not counting...
Was there like an average or night or something like that?
They didn't give me an average. But that's not including blueprints, ships, elements, fuel, all the other shit that I've given away. Warp cell packages, that doesn't count any of that, just the quantum. 38.5 billion quantum. That's a lot of damn quanta. I could be sitting really nice right now. But now, after we get going again, and I got income going again, I'm going to do it again.
Why aren't we giving quanta away anymore?
What's the point? I don't really have much left anyway, so... My main thing right now is trying to make sure I get everything prepped for live stream. For the server going live. That's my only concern right now.
Yeah. A lot of prep to be done.
Do we have any new people watching the stream right now?
I don't know. Do we have new people watching the stream?
Pretty sure I know of at least one.
Uh-oh. My industry refund was 47 billion. I couldn't believe it. We had another person that had like 30-something billion. And another person had like 20-something billion. Hello, yes, I'm new.
Hi, Opux. Totally new.
Yep.
Is he?
No.
Definitely a newbie. No.
It means totally noob.
Shots fired. Careful, he'll shoot back.
The
He'll
nub
put
rub.
he'll put a virus in his luas, and then it'll just turn off my shield, and I'll die instantly.
KB is executing a fine example of what we call the nub rub.
Oh, do you think they'll do any kind of lore or missions or some kind of game event to get the new planets out there?
I hope. That would be
I hope
flipping
so.
amazing.
And they opened it up perfect for that with them coming in phases. Like maybe it's some kind of reward you find the planet.
Yeah. I got 900 mil, and that all went to the org. So, yeah. That's all I got.
That might be something small that we like suggest. You know, they have a lot of, you know, bells and whistles ringing right now, but saying like this is a unique opportunity and it's something that the players could really latch onto. And then kind of my point at the beginning is there's nothing stopping us if the NQ doesn't do it from doing that on our own.
Hey, Cheesy. What's up, bub?
That's what I'm coming to say. That's not canon.
Hello, Cheesy. Cheesy, what's up? I got a cat over here scratching my damn leg, wanting attention. Okay, people. Nightly cat tax. But yeah, I think it's going to be... I think they could have really botched the launch. And so far, from what I'm seeing, they're on a good track to do it right and to get some information correct and make some things legitimately correct for how it's representing the game versus what it is now. So, I can see a positive future.
Another thing I wanted to bring up too is I think like, you know, obviously we're getting our mandatory vacation when the servers are down, but I think it'd be healthy for a lot of players to, as the kids say these days, touch grass, you know?
Yeah.
Go take a little bit of a break, make sure all your affairs are in order, but like really don't just like grind right now. Don't, yeah.
Don't do a 24-hour stream right off the bat.
Lurking.
I know what you're talking about.
How
I'm not
dare
doing
you
no
tell
damn
me
20.
to have a life.
I hate to say this, but this is... The launch is happening at the exact same time that is my deadline to get the hell out of this house.
Yep.
So, I'm hoping to be already out of this house before then and be set up in my office and have my space. Because there was very close to being a news article today about y'all seeing some crazy ass Cajun being found with bodies in his trunk.
I just mean it's like a popular topic right now in the gaming community, and I'll just say it out loud. It's mental health.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are really attached to the way the game is now. And so like finding time and space away from that will be really healthy for a lot of players. Rather than just spending the next month going, I don't want to wipe,
I've been at the point for a long time that I didn't care if there was or wasn't a wipe. I was going to prepare for if there wasn't, but expect that there was. It's kind of... Okay, I hate using this as an example, but I love my kids to death. I hope, and in some ways, I plan that one day they might have major improvements and be somewhat more... I hate using this word, but normal. But I also plan for the fact that they will never be able to talk. They will never be able to care for themselves. And that's kind of given me a lot of ability in this game to do the same thing, because if I can do that with my kids, the game is not a big deal. If it happens, it happens. I prepare for it to happen, I prepare for it not to happen. Either way it goes, it goes. You know, it's just a damn game.
I think that is a plot piece that's lost for some players, is that it is a game, and it's supposed to be F-word fun,
yeah,
right? And this is a very specific time where, yeah, if you just grind and burn yourself out, and you're like, wow, I made a bunch of different accounts, and I practiced, and blah, 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 you know, like, it's really a time to kind of really take a step back.
And after launch, once I get moved, you guys are going to start seeing me on during the day. I'll be streaming during the day. I'll be streaming DU during the day. You're going to be seeing me do my art streams. I'll be streaming other games, World of Warships, World of Tanks, probably some more Conan. I enjoy those games, and I need to stream stuff that I enjoy other than DU, because I really love DU, but DU isn't the only game I play. And I like my artwork. So you guys are going to see me doing a lot more of that, too. And hopefully, as I get out of this house and lose the stressors, you guys are going to see me get thinner, too. I'm going to work on losing weight. The honeycomb swap is said to only allow you to select one line item of honeycomb, so titanium or gold. So
It was vague, Mariah.
Yeah.
From the way they specifically phrased it, you might be right. You might only be able to swap one piece of honeycomb or one type of honeycomb when you deploy. I hope that's not true, but the specific grammar of the way they said it kind of implies it is. So we won't know until we get more detail.
Yep.
As for the rarity of higher tier ore, it will be more rare because we won't have auto miners going for a lot of the T4 and T5 stuff right away. But there are still asteroids, and I suspect that we're going to see a lot of asteroid traffic. So
yeah,
it will still be around.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to fall back on my old default aluminum for a lot of the ships and stuff because it's just so abundant, you know?
Yep.
Well, I think aluminum specifically is like 4 times heavier or something than
What about quartz?
a more decorative.
Yeah, the decorative stuff that has no resistances is actually going to be super light post-launch.
Yeah.
That was something they talked about in the previous one. So like Lumiglass, marble, wood are all actually going to be super
cement.
light and have no resistances.
Okay,
Lighter than-
wood, decorative, lumiglass, those make sense. Marble, concrete, and brick being light. I'm like,
It's just a gameplay balance thing, right? They basically, the way I see it is they're wanting to encourage people to make fancier looking ships. So you can literally make your ship out of marble, concrete, lumiglass, and wood, and it'll be light as heck. And I think that's kind of cool. I think we'll actually see some cool designs coming out of that, of ships that are super light, made out of kind of fancy materials.
yeah, I can see that.
You know, concrete though is pretty not expensive, but that one costs a lot to get a lot of it in the beginning, like beginning game. I remember we were trying to use concrete at the very start of beta, and it was just a huge consumption of time and resource to get enough for large projects.
Yeah, I guess my just overall point is that they're making changes to HC soon, and so like make sure you check out that when the finalized numbers come.
Brick, honeycomb, you can make in your inventory. Wait, can you make the product though?
I think the cost, the material or something, I think it's what it takes to make concrete. It was...
Wow. So you can make brick in your nano pack.
Yep.
Wood, steel, silicon, plastic.
What do you need to make the concrete?
Hold on. You can't make concrete. You make brick, carbon fiber, plastic, silicon, honey. Carbon fiber. There we go. That's going to be the way to go.
Yeah,
Carbon, polycarbon.
Limestone for that.
Carbon? You need polycarbonate, which is carbon and hydrogen. And then you need carbon and polycarbonate. So it's all carbon and hydrogen to make carbon. Carbon fiber product is carbon and polycarbonate plastic product. Polycarbonate plastic product is carbon and hydrogen. So it's carbon and hydrogen. That's all you need to make carbon fiber. And carbon fiber is super fucking light after the patch.
Yeah,
Carbon's,
but it's
25
low heat resistance or something, right?
The resistances are
weak.
just for PvP, right? So if you're not making a ship that you're intending to get shot, then it doesn't matter.
And I can make a lot of the carbon fiber. Let's see. Carbon fiber, I can make... Yeah.
Silicon weighs 3 times as much as carbon in the proposed numbers.
Yeah, so I'm just going to make my ships out of carbon fiber. I mean, it's just carbon. Carbon and hydrogen.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I'm probably going to have to remodel a lot of my ships to just use the lightweight stuff, because like I don't tend to use voxels, honestly, because they're too heavy. I build a lot of element-only ships for myself, so I feel like this actually opens up a lot of doors for me. per se.
Carbon fiber is the decorative one. So concrete, brick,
Yeah.
wood,
awesome,
carbon
Pixie.
fiber, marble, and Lumi are all the 10. They're the
Um,
lightest.
Pixie
Yeah.
just posted going to get our deed to our house transferred in our names tomorrow. I'm so excited. Awesome, Pixie.
So another thing you can do with the new voxel tool, I mean, it'll take time and people have to learn it, but stretching voxels out. So taking one voxel and make it cover 2 or 3 squares.
Yep.
Will save you a lot of weight. So
can-
it'll be fully covered, but half of it won't actually be there.
Well, you can actually make a single voxel cover a 3x3 square.
Yeah.
So, that cuts your materials down to 1/9 of what they were before, if you're doing a large area.
Yeah, if you're, it takes a lot of effort to do that, but yeah,
But once you get a
Once
section
you
of it
get a
done,
build kit.
copy paste.
fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of. One thing I would like to see done is I would like to get some of. Okay, for those of you who make voxel kits out there, you make a voxel kit. I would love to see y'all to do an extra small dynamic core starter package for voxels. Something that can be gotten and produced cheaply and easily out of 2 different types of nanopack made voxels to allow new players to have access to that. Because that is going to sell like hotcakes. Even if you put them up there for really cheap, they're going to sell. And if you're a voxel advancer and you like making voxel kits, it's going to put your name out in front of those new players. And even if it is something cheap, it doesn't matter. Because then once they've gotten to know your voxel kits, they're going to come back to you for better voxel kits or bigger voxel kits as they progress. So that would be something that would be amazing to see. Like, no schematics for T1s and parts. Good for new players so they can try it. Yeah. And with the way schematics are now, you get the schematics, which here, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but where is it? Schematics here.
Yeah.
You get them in bulk, which I got to get those now. Which I don't know why I'm retrieving these, but yeah. You pick the ones you want. They're a lot cheaper. And everybody can get them. They're a lot easiest. Yeah, aluminum is now going to be heaviest. And carbon fiber is probably going to be my way to go.
Aluminum's not heaviest. I believe it's in the mid.
Well,
I posted
comparatively.
I posted in the DU Think Tank discussion channel the thread that has the infographic for the changes that are proposed, and also really give feedback on that because that's Entropy specifically asked for numbers feedback from that. And yeah, if you're looking for the best type of response, you go by the way Deckard always says it. So don't just say bad. Give reasons for why it's good, give reasons for why it's bad. Give a fuller picture if you want your feedback to be more, considered more seriously.
Be construct.
Have they shown or said anything about new starter ships other than those little 2
No.
rinketing things we get?
Where was that one more item?
I just pasted it down there.
Planned honeycomb changes. Yeah. But as far as starter getting off the planet, aluminum is going to be one of your heavier options. So like most of these ships right here, they're already predominantly made out of carbon fiber. So swapping it out to where it's all carbon fiber is going to be really flipping easy. So I'm probably just going to go that route because carbon is something I could produce really fast.
I also think too, you'll see what is essentially early game, and then mid game, and then end game again. And so in the early game, it's all about kind of being super efficient.
Yeah.
And then as we start to gather resources, you'll see a renaissance of ships to where they're not just all elements. You start to see people flying really good looking ships again.
Well, this one, what I'm going to do with the Wraith Mark III, the one I just updated, I'm going to pull the large brakes off it, put medium brakes on it because of accessibility. I'm going to pull all the engines and make them all basic. Get rid of the rockets. Get rid of any extra stuff that's unnecessary. Get rid of a lot of the Lua stuff. Swap it back out for standard containers instead of advanced optimized. So it'll be a little small starter ship that looks good. It's still effective, does what it's supposed to, and allows you to carry some crew members around with you. I'll probably go ahead and remove the warp drive too from one model of it, so it'll be with another warp drive.
Can we still go to the starting area and pull one of those blueprints of the starting ships?
Or has a dispenser with all of the outposts and all of the ships, non-DRM'd core blueprints.
The dispensers don't give core blueprints, but if you want core blueprints,
there you go.
Let me know and I'll hook you up.
Oh, you have? Okay. Well, I don't really need a core blueprint of the starter ship. Just, I figured I'd go grab one and see what materials has and see what I can play with just using that starter ship.
Yeah,
there's different starter ships, aren't there?
There are different starter ships. There's 4.
Wait, there's 4 now?
Yeah, there's 4
I
starter
remember there was
ships.
the one that looked like the race car, which
you have your 4 starter ships.
Something.
You have how many different bases?
There's 10 different bases, 4 different ships.
4 different ships, 10 different bases, plus you have your drop pod.
Yeah. Now the drop pod does have 4 medium atmospheric brakes on it, 4 small retro rocket brakes. It's got a couple of extra small stabilizers, which is good because one of the starting ships only has 1 stabilizer, which doesn't give you a lot of material to work with. All of them have 3 extra small atmospheric engines.
And then you found an anomaly with one of the bases, right?
Yeah, one of the bases has an item in it that's an error item. It's not a big deal. It's just a small sign, but it just was a nightmare for me for making a blueprint because I wanted a blueprint that you could actually make. And if I make a blueprint out of something that has an error item in it, that's not going to do us any good. So I had to track it down and delete it, which was a pain.
Did you send it to them?
I did, yeah. I submitted a bug report for that. One of the outposts actually has a medium atmospheric radar on the top, which is kind of cool. So you actually have a radar off the start. One of them has a medium atmospheric fuel tank in it, which is pretty hefty. So
okay, guys, everybody cross your fingers for me. I got a Mega Millions ticket.
Good luck. What was I getting? A Porsche? Here we go.
Shit. If I won 47 million in cash, dang. My kids would never have to worry about anything ever again.
Did you say we get Porsches?
Boy, you make a joke and people latch onto that shit, don't they?
Oh, that was real. That was real. Clip it and ship it.
Forget that stuff, man.
Yeah, he's gonna have somebody make a Porsche replica in DU and give that to everybody.
Oh yeah.
Now I can tell you this though, there are certain people that be having mortgages paid off for damn sure. I can tell you that much.
Well, are there any pressing questions in chat?
Yeah, come on, people, talk to us, talk to us, talk to us. If you want to join us in voice, we got 2 slots open. Hop in the studio holding tank A in the Discord. But okay, so let's go around. Ancient, I know this is poking the bear. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What is your biggest concern about launch? Be honest, what's your concern?
I don't really have any concern, you know. I think doing it off of Steam is their only hope. So, I mean, that's a good thing, but I don't, like you guys said earlier, it's just a game. I don't have enough vested in this game to care. I've done lots of time, you know. I know I talked about leaving, but I might be there after lunch. I don't know. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I don't care enough, you know. I'm not going to put that much energy into caring about it to know. So, I mean, best of luck to it, but.
Okay, Drax, what's your biggest concern?
That they don't take care of they don't add enough server power off the start. That they launch this game and on Steam and it just plummets and gets huge bad reviews and just kills the game because like most people who launch their games on Steam, they underestimate player base when they join into a game like that, and it's just going to, they're like, oh, we're only gonna need 100 servers, and then they need a fucking 1,000 servers or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's just like, it's just done.
Well, thankfully with AWS, if they do it right, the scalability can be there
Right.
really quickly. If they,
But they need to make sure that that's on standby and ready, that Amazon servers, when they tell them they need these servers, that they're ready to go online when they say it. That they're not waiting 2 or 3 days in order to get those servers on, because by that time, 2 or 3 days is too late.
Yeah.
An hour is too late.
Zeramus,
to be honest.
Dual Universe is hosted on Amazon Web Services. So the fact that they're hosted there, while there are some issues with that, it means the scalability is, a few clicks of a button on a keyboard to allocate more server resources. The resources are there. They just have to be prepared to, say, hit that button. So it comes down to them being willing to push that envelope. Hey, Ice9?
Yeah, I'm with Drac there. I've been playing. I used to play, right? I jumped in Alpha 2.
Uh-huh.
Alpha 2 launch. I think it was July 2019 or something. And yeah, those first few days, they kind of suck oftentimes. It could be off-putting for people. But, this is supposed to be launch. This isn't beta, so I'm expecting a relatively smooth launch compared to beta and the alpha iterations. So yeah, if we're stable in the first couple days, if I'm not like, my FPS doesn't drop to 3 or something, if I can at least get out of the starter city and I'm free, it might be fun. But I'm kind of with Ancient also. Like, I'm not very emotionally invested in this game anymore. I mean, I could be maybe, but I'm not. I don't really see myself playing beyond a week, maybe a couple days, maybe 1 day. I don't know. It just really depends on the first opening days. I might give it. If I'm a little disappointed, I might wait a few months for them to hot patch it or whatever.
Okay. And Zeramus, I know that they've actually had better server allocation before. The architecture of the game can handle improved servers and increased server resources. They just trimmed it down because of budget and stuff, and the performance and lack of players, I believe. So the server can handle the expansion and the added resources. The game can. It's just them pulling the trigger for the financial part of it, I think, is the main issue. At least that's what I feel like. KBLA, PvP perspective, what is your biggest concern?
Well, I mean, less to do with PvP and just more overall, like, not even the launch, but like once the honeymoon period is over, like, then what? Right? Like, not essentially what Warp Forge said, like, we've played this version of the game, but like, what's the new stuff that's coming that really, like, I can dig into? Because if, after 3-4 months, I just am 100 million billionaire again, and I have all the ships I want, and I can buy what I want, and I'm killing people in PvP space, then, where does it go from there?
Okay. Corzarius?
Yeah, honestly, pretty similar. As far as concerns go, I am pretty excited about it. I also just wanted to jump in and respond to one thing I heard Ice9 say about starting in the busy city. For anyone who hasn't played in a long time, or who hasn't started a character in a long time, you now start on Haven on your own tile in the middle of nowhere, just off on your own. And honestly, is a much nicer starting experience, in my opinion. You don't start in the middle of a lag fest, which is great.
Makes sense. Kept hearing Haven. I didn't know what that was. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks for explaining that.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, so as far as my concerns go, yeah, I mean, I have some concerns about how much content there is. I saw Maudley commented there that we need events, and I agree. Having some kind of events in the game, I feel like, would be good. However, honestly, with it releasing on Steam, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we get enough of a player base increase that our player events will actually make some ground again. If we get races going, if Angry Dad gets his cage set up again, I feel like we might actually stand a chance with an increased number of people of actually having the player generated content really be able to stick.
Yeah. I think if we have the player base in the game, the player generate, like that's what I'm saying. I want to try to get the racing going quick. I know it's not a lot, but it's something, and there's other aspects that for the gameplay that we can do to force that kind of development or progression. Smallville, I know I'm poking a bear with you, buddy, but what you think?
Bug splats, memory leaks, exploits, and all their crashes. Desktop crashed, like it's shut down my computer before.
So
all that's fixed before launch.
So you're
All the client side
concerned
stuff.
about having major technical issues with a client after full launch and how that's going to affect the game and the player base.
Yep, even like the link container bug still in the game. Are they planning to have a fix for that by release, or is we going to start with some people with the knowledge of that and any other exploit that's still active in the game?
That's a very valid point.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me about the link container bug. I remember that.
It's a good concern.
Yeah.
So
Big
can
bug
I
got the same problem. Good.
can I kick in something? I just thought with you're asking for concerns and something.
Yeah, cool. Shoot.
Before Smallville. So people are starting on their little tile out randomly somewhere on the planet, not in one of the localized zones.
Yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
and you get
Isn't
to
that a
pick.
bad thing?
You get to pick your tiles, so you can pick be next to each other.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm curious if that's going to be a bad thing for new players, solo players, completely fresh to the game, don't know anything, don't watch streams, because they're
Oh.
not going to know the little changes to make to your starter ship to make it, fly better. If they crash and die, they're going to be out in the middle of nowhere with no kind of even random player support.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of people crashing in the middle of nowhere. I hope they can figure out the chat. I hope they get on Discord. I hope they can get involved in the community.
Yeah, and I'm going to be trying to push. We have a lot of good streamers in XBX. We have a lot of good streamers in DU. So I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but there's been times where I'll go live that I'll post in the main channel in the DU Discord saying, "Hey, you need to go check this channel. We have a lot of good streamers." And
I'm just thinking there's going to be hundreds of players that don't look at that stuff.
well, that's part of the problem. Is on the DU Discord, the streamers corner is at the very bottom of the server. Unless you scroll down all the way, you don't see it.
I think there's only so much you can do about that, though.
I know, but what I'm just saying is
no, not the streamer corner thing. The new player woes.
Yeah.
We can offer our services and we can be broadcasting or active in chat, but really, a certain onus is really on the player themselves to find that information. Now, we can build databases, populate the wiki. Code made that new FTUE thing, and there's also services like Spaceboys, Rescue, having things like that available. But without, there's only so much we can do. And your point is well met, Ancient. Right now, if you join DU, there is a very high level of hand-holding you need to make it past the first 3 days in this game.
Nothing Space says hi, KB.
Hi, Nutty.
I was thinking, something experienced players could do that first couple days, just to help that influx of new players, is be there at those main areas, those markets, and say, hey, can I show you how to improve your starter ship to get better flight, or here's a free blueprint for a better version of the ship if you can buy these parts and stuff, those little things that can change around their first experience right away. But if they can't even get to a market or a populated player area,
well, they can
without dying 3 or 4 times and just hating the game.
All they have to do is get to a market on the starter planet, which is easy, and there's shuttles going back and forth to Alio, like there is now. So they can get to the main planet without having to get off of the starter planet, if you know what I'm saying.
Those are great ideas for short videos to add, so that if someone does crash and they go to YouTube and they're like, I don't know what to do, just a 30-second video that's like, hey, if you crash, here are some options. And then, that leads into another video that's exactly like you said, And then once you're ready, fly to this blueprint dispenser, and you can use all the same parts you have on your ship. And if you just put it in your backpack and redeploy it, right? Like all of a sudden, boom, you can fly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Hagmark
I've
did
got a
that,
few
right?
of those I want to make.
Yep.
Like one of the first things I remember doing, the first thing you did with your starter ship, you didn't take the little race car one, you took the other one. And then you took your stabilizers and put them on horizontally, and you doubled your lift.
Yeah.
Where you could actually fly.
But that type of knowledge is something that only experienced veteran players have.
I mean, the only thing we're going to be able to really do is make ourselves available online, make ourselves available to the streams, make sure we're adding content to our YouTube channels. I've actually been getting a lot of people that have been responding to even the TikToks and Twitter and Instagram stuff. So, like, if you're making videos, like Drax, I know I want to start, and you might start too. Anybody that's making YouTube videos, if you make quick 1, 2, 3 minute videos, make a flipping TikTok account and put them on there. You can upload them from your computer. You know,
I was actually thinking about doing a lot, just a 15 like a 15-minute video or something like that. Just something quick that can be uploaded to YouTube and name it specific things.
But I think we need to start making literally quick 5-minute or less videos that are very specific for very specific things. Like one about balancing adjusters, one about balancing weight, one about flight elements.
Actually make one about balancing adjusters.
But you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. I saw 249 mentioned in the chat, and I realized I don't actually know. There was an issue with a lot of lag on high element ships. Did that ever get sorted?
No. Well, it's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still bad.
Okay.
Well, that also has to do with client-side calculations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about in-game notification for an MMO? How is it? I've only played this one, really.
It's horrible. The whole entire chat interface could use a large can of paint. Like there should be a hailing system. There should be a grouping system. Like chat messages that are whispers should pop up like
some kind of flipping notification at least saying, hey, this person's trying to talk to you. Because there'll be times I'm sitting here building and somebody's chatting away to me in direct chat because they're looking at ships that they want to buy. And I don't have the slightest damn clue because if there's no notification other than on the bottom right, a random number saying there's, but that's always changing. That's always, up there because it's up there when people talk in general. It's up there when people talk in help. So I don't know if it's a local chat or it's, there's no identification.
Yeah, so going back to new player starting out in the middle of nowhere, crashes your ship. Yeah, someone's going to be fun.
I get the feeling that the help channel is going to be a big thing. I'm hoping...
Help channel, the general channel.
I'm really they need to put something in-game where in the help channel it's an automated response saying, hey, ask for help here, but also join our Discord. Because there's a lot of players that never join the damn Discord.
Yeah.
If you're a new player in DU and you have not joined the Discord, join the Discord. There are some trolls on there. I get that. But there are also people that are willing to help.
Everyone's starting on Haven, Pixie.
Yeah, everybody's starting on Haven.
Yeah, the other thing, it's just reiterating what I said before, but when you see stupid camper questions, don't troll. Don't, mess around with them. Literally just answer them the best that you can.
Mm-hmm. And you're always going to get that one person who asks a dumb question that you might think is dumb. To them, it might not be dumb. Okay? We have to remember that we're experienced players. To us, it's just common sense.
Yeah.
If you're not experienced at DU, it might not be common sense. Like me personally, I know, put all the adjusters at the furthest point out you can. Make sure they're pointing in direct angles, not off at weird... And you're going to get the best result out of them. A new player is not going to know that. Heck, a lot of experienced players don't know that.
That might even be something for you, Code. Literally just start compiling the FAQs of new players, right? Because if you open help, you see it all the time. Hey, I tried to link to my container and it's not working. It's like, oh yeah, hit Control-I or open your inventory and click the button, right? Things that are just second nature to us,
Now, one thing I wanted to announce on this is I am going to be actually launching a website for XCX Gaming. Okay? So anybody who's making creations and stuff like that, I plan on putting a whole DU section up on there where you guys can post full tutorials in text, whatever you want to do, and make them publicly available. If you're a guy that wants to make that kind of stuff, I'll give you privileges to where you have your own thing where you can go and just go ham on it and use those links anywhere you want to on social media. So it kind of could be like a confined resource, like a wiki. Hell, I'll even host a damn wiki. I don't care. My host can handle it. But I'll do what I got to for you guys. If it helps, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys tell me what you need, and we'll make it happen.
I mean, like literally, like when I first started, like we say this story all the time. I just came into Seraphis' stream, and like from then, I asked a million questions, and eventually I got to Gotchar's stream, and I asked Gotchar so many freaking questions that he made me assistant manager. Like right, like you just literally just bug somebody, and it it sucks that those resources aren't always found in game, but that's the onus that we take as the veteran players.
Yeah, it's you got to talk to people is really what it comes down to. Like I started this game and I played for like a month all on my own, and I had like one little craptacular ship that I had built that had some mismatched elements between extra small and medium, and didn't fly worth a crap. And I was finally starting to sort that out, and then I joined DIA, and within a few weeks I was a millionaire from Meganode mining ops, and I just figured everything out from there, But it's like you got to actually talk to people. It's not in the game, unfortunately. Although, as 249 said, in the tutorial, it does actually tell you how to convert your speeder to a flyer. There is actually a step in the tutorial on your screen at your base that does that now. So that's built right in, at least. Just wish we didn't have to do it all on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
We need in-game comms.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to just hear everybody talking around me all the time, but there's got to be something.
Well, I'll have a control in there to like mute everyone unless they're friends,
Mm-hmm.
And then individual muting ability. So if you get that toxic person around you, you can just be like, "Yep."
Mm-hmm.
You can also just make it like local or direct communications as well.
Yeah. And again, as Seraphis was saying, actually get notified when someone's talking to you. Because I've definitely had that where someone's sending me DMs in game. I have no idea.
Yep.
Well, they
I'm
like
looking
when
at my
V's on, showing people's names. If they're talking, it could show like the little sound, symbol or something next to their name. Plenty of games have done stuff like that.
Mods in channel just found something. Take a look in the staff chat.
I'm going. Huh.
What the hell?
Is it a brand?
It wasn't before. They have keyboards. Nice.
Interesting.
Turns out you guys are already branded. It's an owl. Did you see that? Yeah, 13. I'm totally gonna be on the asteroids, even safe zone roads. Like, I'm a big community player, and like that stuff's just fun to me. It's like, hey, I'll come by, swing, and pick you up, and then we'll go out.
Yeah, the issue that I have there is that like it's you have to be there, you have to be on all the time. Like what I loved about the mega nodes was like the first few mega node ops that I went to, they started an hour before I could get there, and then I flew over, I joined, I was there for 20 minutes, and then I had to step away for a bit, and then I came back and mined a little bit more, and it was something I did like in bits and pieces. And on asteroids, you don't really have that same experience in the same way. Getting to the asteroid is so much more work that you need to be there from start to finish in a real way.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's more of an event rather than like I cleared off the top layer of this mega, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
But that's all part of it, it's part of the new game.
Yep, for sure. I am just disappointed about losing the mega nodes because I did really enjoy that.
Listen, boys, we just need to go safe zone, roids, megas. Just make them no dirt, Just a big old corn on the cob, dude. Cole, let's go.
So I might
Because that
have
whole
to.
reasoning was like it was creating holes in the ground, but asteroids disappear after a certain amount of time.
I might have to actually call a lawyer.
But the XBX thing?
I own all trademarks and copyrights to the name XBX Gaming,
Interesting.
You're a millionaire.
and I have for the past 24 years.
Someone just got busted.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
Well, I think we're in the final 10. Anything else?
Yeah, we're in the final 10, y'all.
Special raffle for an XVX gaming mouse.
Is this guy ripping off a bunch of trademarks? I'm just gonna be a
No,
bunch of
it's just XVX Gaming.
Damn, you might even be watching the stream then.
It's Japanese. It's Xiaoyang Hunan.
Oh, it's Chinese for sure, dude.
Yeah, and the email is lightcosmo@outlook.com.
Guys, remember the Little China Corp in DU, where they would steal people's ships or like
Oh
rebuild
God, yeah.
They did that.
If they're Chinese, lawyer's not going to help you.
Yeah.
No, but they're being sold on Walmart.com and Amazon.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That they're able to sell at Walmart.
That's crazy. That's nuts. That's
So you need to
irritating.
get out of that, man.
They're not using your imagery or anything, though. Just
No, just XPX Gaming. But I mean, the XPX Gaming is kind of personal to me. So, it's something that means something to me.
How long it's been going on for?
Not long, because trust me, if it had been going on before, I would have seen it. Yeah, that's not that old. So, that's crazy. That is nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody get your affairs in order. It would be the worst for somebody to be like, I thought I got that core blueprint, but didn't. Like, right? Like,
Yes, yeah. Make sure you've got all your core blueprints sorted
Okay.
on.
Yep. New players, get your shit straight, get your blueprints straight. If you have bought one of my ships over the past year, and you have that ship, or you still have the blueprint, get a screenshot of you showing that ship belonging to you. And I will replace the blueprint for you after launch. I have said this several times, but there's a white and you bought a ship for me. I don't care if it's flipping Gaia. If you bought the Gaia for me after launch, send me a screenshot with you showing that ship as your ownership, and I will give you a new blueprint. So if you got the ships, take a screenshot now. So walk over to it, look at it, show that you own that ship, and send me the screenshot. Okay? And you can send it to me on Discord. For those of you who do not have our Discord, that is the XPX Gaming Discord. Same thing. Don't care. No, but you're in org, you dumbass. You're going to get one anyway. If you're an XPX member, I'm hooking you up.
Just thought of something. I could see people out there trying to sell NFTs. Like, yeah, it's a beta blueprint. It's the one and only. Trying to sell it for real world money or some shit.
Yeah, they can go shut down real quick on that RMTN. So, we've had an interesting day today, and for the first time, we've had a DUT that was overwhelmingly positive. That's a good sign. So now they've given us something good to work with. Coming on Steam, we're coming out with some good stuff coming to the game. The game's finally going live. So we're asking them to step up as developers. We're asking them to hit the ground running and do it right. So we need to do the same thing as players. We're going to want this game to succeed. Let's hit the ground, run with it, be positive about it. Because in order for this game to succeed, it's going to require NQ doing their part, and it's going to require us doing their part. Yes, we did talk about purple voxels and purple luminescent glass.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to take both of us working together to make this game move forward and be successful. So it's just as much on us as it is on them. If they could do everything right in the world, and we're a bunch of ho-hum stick in the muds, it's not going to be any damn good.
The voxel changes aren't permanent. Like if you have suggestions and thoughts, make sure you respond to that forum post.
Can somebody link that forum post in the stream chat, like actually in Twitch? Did somebody say yeah?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so KBLA is going to link to the forum post.
It's the feedback thread.
It's the feedback thread. Comment. Don't be a dick. Don't be a troll. Post legitimate comments that are constructive and feasible. If you want them to listen, you want them to read your comments, don't be a jerk. That's just simple life. You get more bees with honey than you do with anything else. What was it, the old saying? Bees don't waste their time explaining to flies why honey's better than shit. Yeah, that's what it was. Bees don't waste their time explaining to flies why honey's better than shit.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah.
I got another one. That's a real one.
Hey, that was a real one. My great grandfather said that shit all the time.
Oh, I said it was real. I've heard it before.
Okay. Yeah, that was my great grandfather. Bees don't waste their time explaining to flies why honey's better than shit. So let's play, be happy, enjoy. Okay. So and go comment on that thread that KBLA posted. So let's do a raid. And who do we have to raid tonight? I don't think we have any DU players up tonight.
Tetris was streaming.
Nope. It's just me and Carmelos.
American Riot.
We got American Riot. We did Drew
He's so
once.
hyped.
Let's do American Riot. He needs some love.
He's so hyped. If you type in this guy's chat, he will literally scream like a rock star.
Yeah, this guy, if you guys want to see some hype, this is the hype, okay? And also, I'm trying to get him to come play DU after launch with me. So, let's go show this guy some DU love, okay? Let's show him what it's all about. I will be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's Conan night. Wednesday night's DU night. No, Wednesday night's Random Name night. But next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I'll be on DU all 4 nights in a row. So, you guys come back and see me every night. And do the raid. Click the button. And let's go show him some love. If you don't type, he'll also scream. Yeah. Good night,
He'll
y'all.
scream just for the raid.
And many screams are going to be had.
Oh, yeah.